So everyone welcome Incognito. Thank you.
Greetings, honorable judges and audience. We are Team Incognito and we will be presenting about smart inventory manufacturing. And this is our team, the brains and the body that makes everything happen. Uh, and today this is the content that we will be presenting about today. And in the traditional way of managing inventory, we use Excel spreadsheets and human resources. And as we all know, humans are prone to error. We are not perfect. And when errors happen in inventory management, it can cost money, especially if the error occurs frequently. Also, Excel doesn't have live tracking features. It only can contain a set data, which makes it hard to find information about the inventory assets when we need it. And it also makes the inventory vulnerable to being stolen because there's no live tracking location. Somebody can just grab it off you. Seeing those problems above, my team has decided to work on something that will simplify inventory management by allowing users to track their inventory asset locations and also the amount of inventory that's available right now, and also provide live tracking, which prevents asset from being stolen easily because we can see where it goes. This is where IoT comes into play. By using RFID tags, readers, a database to store information, and a self-created app to output information to the user, we can create a smart inventory management system for the user to manage their warehouses efficiently. And I will explain how this will all work. So first, we will be attaching an RFID tag, a passive tag to each and every single product. And afterwards, we would label each and every one of them properly so that the data can be used and the data is stored in the database. Afterwards, we would store the same items in one big crate and attach another RFID tag on it, which is a passive tag, which is an active tag. This tag can store information about where the crate is at, uh, amount of inventory that's left in the crate as well. After inputting data and stuff, we would just signal a forklift to come, scan the RFID tag on the crate, and see where the crates need to be stored at in the warehouse. Okay, so I will go into the prototype. So since there's time constraints. So this is our app prototype, and in the dashboard, let's say the item is being stored. This white dots represents the items. So let's say it's being stored already, and we want to get toothpaste. So we just search for toothpaste, and then it will show exactly where the toothpaste is. And if we want it to be even more accurate, like let's say we want to find Colgate toothpaste, we can show that as well. And if we want to take Colgate, we can just signal the forklift to just go and bring the items back to the to the packaging line. Like let's say if the customer wants all the Colgate paste, we can just take everything from the warehouse and then package it, attach another RFID tag so we can keep track of the location of the items and deliver it to the customer. And we can keep track of everything by going to the analytics tab. This will show live location of the items that is being delivered to the customer. This ensures that packages are safe from start to finish. All right, so back to the slide. So what makes our system better than regular ones? Our system is better because it makes everything easier to manage, it prevents items from being stolen, and it also requires less labor as people doesn't have to be on standby just to fetch and find information about the inventory assets. And this is our projected revenue and net income. It's a simplified bar chart just to show everybody like and stuff. This is the full This is the full thing. It is quite a bit hard to look at and understand, so we made this chart. To sum it up, our goal is to ensure safety of the inventory, tracking sales, eliminating excess products, and ensuring accuracy of inventory systems. This way, businesses can manage their inventory better and also save money. Our future plans is to use robots to move the package from one place to another instead of using human labor. This way, we will have it will bring us more efficiency, and also we will be using drones as well to deliver time sensitive products to the customer. And that is pretty much it. Thank you all. Thank you everybody for listening to my presentation. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the next 3-4 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Tim, for your presentation. So right now, judges, you can ask question to the team. Bondane, you have any question? I saw you raise your hand. Okay, sir, you can go.
All right. Thank you, team, for your presentation. That's pretty interesting. I have a question about the cost. So let's say a manufacturing company here in Phnom Penh want to use your system. What is the cost per month?
It will be 2,000 for the system.
To the system only, right? So that is just for the software. How about the hardware? Is there any hardware requirement that they need to purchase?
Yes, RFID tag. That is the only additional for hardware they have to pay.
Okay. And another question is, how is your system different from the other existing system in the market?
It's because most system in the market, they only use barcode to track item. And for us, we use RFID check. Although it is a little bit more expensive from the barcode, but it's also give a lot more about the information from the item. It's because it tells us about the location, and the barcodes cannot do that. And besides that, the barcode can only identify the item types, but we can identify each item individually.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. So, any question from judges? So, if there's no question, I would like to say, okay, Bones and Lane, you can ask them now.
Yeah. I heard you mentioned relating to the RFID tag. So I wonder if, let's say the warehouse has, let's say 10 items, 10 packages. The owner is required to buy and equip 10 RFID tag for all of the items.
Can you ask me again more clearly? Your voice is kind of lagging.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned about RFID tags, right? So does it mean that for each item, it is required to equip with the RFID tag?
Yes. So what is your question?
Yeah, that is the question. Is it yes or no?
Can you type because I can't understand.
So because we couldn't consider the factor if the warehouse, measurement of how big or small, we limit ourselves by packaging within a limitation.
Okay.
About your question, each item is required to have an RFID tag, but they only need to have a passive tag. So we can afford that because the passive tag is way more cheaper than the active tag, and we only apply the active tag when we transport our product to our customer.
I see. Because I wonder about the cost that the owner have to pay for the RFID tag. Let's say he has 100,000 items in his warehouse, then he need to pay for all the RFID tag. Then it will be an extra cost for the owner, right, to pay on top of the service and other costs that you ask for the owner.
That's depend on the amount of the product. Like if they do not exceed our package amount, if they do exceed our package amount, maybe we can negotiate with them and give them a discount. Or maybe if they already have an RFID system, we can just connect their system with our.
Okay. Another question is on regarding that your system guarantees the item not to be lost. So I only see that it only have the location tracker of where the item is delivered on the map. So is there a way or method that alert the owner if the item is lost? Because if let's say the owner wants to check if the item is delivered or not, he needs to go to the website, right, to check the map, but he doesn't know if the item is already lost or not.
Like when transporting, we give them like a location from point A to point B. So if the car, the truck that deliver the product go away from our destination, it will alert the system, and so it will also alert the customer and us.
What if the road, the supposed destination, the pathway that the driver needs to go, let's say it has a traffic jam or the road block or the road construction, and he needs to go on another path, so it will cause an alert that is faulty to the owner, right?
Yes, but it alert to us first before to the customer. Like we have to make sure is it okay first. Like if he just trying to avoid a traffic jam, we give him the go, and the customer doesn't have to worry about anything.
So still your solution is still depending on the driver, right? To know if the driver actually steals the item or not. So you still gonna call and ask the driver to know if the item is lost.
Yes, because that is just our beginning. Maybe when like after we make our profit, we will decide on other option.
Okay. Yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, team and judges, for the question and the presentation.